Hey there, Regina Andler here, and it is time for Tips and Tricks Tuesday. I have a question for you this week. To business card or not to business card? That is the question. Do you use business cards? Do you go out to networking events where you hand out and collect business cards from folks? I want to talk about a way for you to virtually create a card for free and not waste money on expensive business cards. Business cards can be really expensive. Now, back in the day when I had other businesses, I used to work with a promotional guy who created lots of business cards for me. And I'd buy them 1,000 at a time because it was cheaper to buy them 1,000 at a time. Of course, I threw about 70% of them out in the long run because I didn't need 1,000 business cards. And I kept being sold on if you buy the smaller amounts, it costs way more money. So I'd buy the big amount, and then I'd have all these business cards and have them there just collecting dust and eventually getting thrown out. So if that sounds like you, I have a tip for you today. Now, I do want to be clear. I do have a business card. It is a simple business card. It's nothing fancy. It actually was created on Vistaprint. And if you've ever been to Vistaprint, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, vistaprint.com, you can check it out. You can download their templates. There's all kinds of stuff. I have Autumn Ascent, so I did a little leaf. It's got some leaves on it. And all it has is my name, my phone number, my email address. Why? Because when I go to a networking event, I am very, very sparingly handing out cards. I don't just give a card to anybody. Have you ever been to a networking event where, you're like the new kid on the block and all of these people come in and they're like, oh, hey, Regina, I'm so-and-so. So nice to meet you. Here's my card. It's so nice to meet you. And off they go. And you walk out with the stack of cards. And you're like, okay, so I have the stack of cards. And when you get home, you're looking at the cards and you can't even place a face to the card because you really didn't make a connection with that person. I don't hand out a card unless I've actually made a connection with someone, a connection that leads me to wanting them to either call me or shoot me an email, or me saying, wow, your information sounds really interesting. Here is my card. Please add me to your subscriber list. Point to be taken there. Have you ever walked out with that big stack of cards and then went into your CRM and said, I'm going to add all these folks in because they all handed me their cards? Just because they handed you their cards does not necessarily mean that they want to be on your email list. Chances are pretty good when they got home and they maybe had your card as well, they couldn't put your face to your card either. And so when they start getting those emails from you, they're going to say that you're spamming them. That is spam. Unless somebody says to subscribe you to their email list, you're spamming them. So you want to be very careful about handing out those cards and what you do with those cards that you get from people. Now, when I'm at a networking event and those fly-by, drive-by card people hand me their cards, I don't even reach my hand out. As a matter of fact, I kind of take a step back. I don't want their card. I don't want them to waste the money that they spent on their business cards for something that I'm going to throw out pretty likely before I even leave the event. Because they aren't a person that I connected with. They might be nice to talk to. However, if we're not making a connection and we're not going to collaborate in some way, or I don't want their information, they don't want my information, I'm not going to force my card on them and say, yeah, take my card. Because again, that's like face-to-face spamming. So you want to be really careful on how you use a business card. And that leads me to the information you do want to share, because there's a lot of information that you want to share with folks. And there's this program, it's this app, it's called Linktree. And there's a free version of it and a paid version of it. I use the free version of it. And what it does is it's really super cool. It's an online business card that makes it really simple for you to share multiple things. So when you meet those people for the first time and they have no clue who you are, you can start to establish that know, like, and trust with them by giving them your Linktree link, your Linktree virtual card, I'll call it. And then they can go out and find out more about you. And then if they want to connect, they'll connect. If they don't want to connect, they won't connect, which is all good by me. So I want to share my screen for a sec. So let me just see and see if I did this right. We're going to do this and we're going to click present and share the screen. There we go. All right, so what you see here, it's Linktree's site. It's the initial site when you go in. So it's linktr.ee. linktr.ee. That brings you to the Linktree site. It's not a traditional website with a .com or anything like that. So I want to make sure I repeat that for you. I'll repeat it a couple more times as we go on. And if you see, you can log on, and I'm actually logged in right now. If you're new, it'll say sign up, and you just put your name in and you claim your Linktree. So it needs to be a unique name, obviously, because I don't want two people out there with the same stuff. And so you just create your information. And what it does is it creates this for you. This is what I've created. And if you look at this on a mobile device, it looks really cool. It looks awesome on a mobile device because it's just like this little section here. Now, this basically tells you who I am. It has a picture of me. I help women entrepreneurs move from chaos to clients guaranteed. I look forward to connecting. And the first two things that I have on the top of my Linktree are two of my lead magnets. It's a free guide and a free webinar. Now, if people decide they want these guides and webinars, guess what? When they go to those websites, they're going to enter in their name and their email address. They will be subscribed to my list because that's how that works. They asked for the information. So they actually did subscribe. And then it has my Facebook group, my Facebook business page, my LinkedIn, Instagram, and my YouTube channel. That's what I've chosen to put on here. So this is a really easy way for me to connect with folks. All I need to do is say, connect with me on Linktree/Regina Andler. So linktr.ee/Regina Andler. And it's really super simple for people to remember. And for my page itself, there's all these things that you can do. So I'm going to click over here and start with the links. So all of those links that you saw over on the side, all those links that go to different things, those all get set up here. Really, this is really simple, easy to use. This is one of the things that I love about this. You do not have to be techie at all. This is really straightforward, simple. And you just put the information in here, you edit it, you put a title, you put the link, and you are off and running. You could turn things off, turn things on. You can do whatever you want with it. So you can update it anytime you need to update it. And you can play around with the appearance. So on mine, I have my image. You pick your image, your profile title, and then your little bio. You can add social icons. And then there's all these themes. Now, some of them, the ones that say upgrade, that's in the paid version. However, down here in the non-paid version, there's a whole bunch of themes that you can choose from. There's lots of stuff that's out here. You can go out and play with things. You can change things around. I just happen to like this bluish color. I tried the green. It works well with autumn ascent, being autumn. The green was a little bit too green for me. So I opted for the blue. There's all kinds of fun things that you can play with. Depending on what you do, you can have some fun with it. You can use it for personal. You can use it for whatever you like to use. And then there's all kinds of stuff you can do with the settings, the analytics. You can play with around all kinds of different things. So support banners, mailing list integrations. You can do all kinds of things with this Linktree program. And again, once you have it set up, you just give them this information. You just give them the site name. So linktr.ee/Regina Andler. And they are off and running. They have every piece of information that you want them to know about you to start building that know, like, and trust. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, come back for a sec, because that gives you kind of the quick overview. Go out and play with it. Again, it's free. See if it works for you. Instead of handing out the business cards and sharing too much information on even virtual meetings. If you go to a virtual meeting, Linktree is awesome because you can put all of that stuff on one page And all you have to do is share one link. You don't say, hey, click over here to go to my Facebook, click over here to go to my website, click over here to go to LinkedIn. You don't have to put 20 different websites down in a virtual meeting. You put one site down, Linktree/Regina Andler, and they have everything right there. Back to the business card for a second. What I did with my Linktree is I went out and I used a free QR code program. So you know those QR codes that you just put your phone up to and it brings you up to the link? That's on the back of my business card. So if you look at my business card, all you have to do is click on that and you have everything that you need to know about me to connect. So that's how simple it is. And so when I'm at a networking event, if I do happen to hand out a card, I basically tell them, you know what, click on this when you get back to your office. It'll have all the information that you need to connect up with me. If you want to check out any of my lead magnets, the guide, the webinar, whatever it is that you want them to connect with. Even if it's like, well, yeah, let's just connect on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is right there along with the other stuff. So if you want to connect in those areas too. Really super simple, free to use, and it will save you oodles of money when it comes to creating cards. If you're getting those cards and doing all those promotional cards and buying them by the stack, by the 1,000 stack, because supposedly it saves money, save yourself a few bucks, use Linktree instead. And then, if you want to go to Vistaprint, print out a few cards, on Vistaprint, it's a lot cheaper to print out the 100 cards. It doesn't cost that much. And you can just put that QR code on the back and you are rocking it when you go to a network meeting. You have everything, more than anybody else has. And it's really super easy to remember too. So that's what I've got for you this week. I hope you check it out and find some value. If you have any questions, feel free to just put a comment under here, under the video here, and I will be happy to help you out or answer any questions that you might have about using Linktree. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.